And we're back. The best sports podcast as far as your eyes can see. That is for sure. I am the Hurricane Mike Herren. Welcome to BadCatz Sports Podcast. To the left of me, I have the last angry man. My man, James Hilario, who is got a beef with UEFA, is loving life as a Pats fan, and with three young boys, and I mean young boys, okay? Young, crazy boys. Christmas right around the corner. We're going to talk to him. And then we got my man over there, Nick Soares, the silent assassin.
Oh, is he here?
Tom Brady. Tom Brady's #1 fan, of course. And we're getting ready to rock and roll. We got a lot to talk about today. We're going to switch it up a little bit from the traditional format here, but that's okay. Can you come in on me a little bit? The world needs to see how good looking I am. How bad I look like.
It's a mall chick.
This is what.
You ever heard that expression?
Yeah.
Good from far, far from good.
Yeah. This, so we had some issues around here, right? So I've been hostage here at night, and it's been rough and cold. But we push through. Luckily, we have a great landlord.
I was gonna say it's nice and cozy in here now.
Now it is, yeah. Luckily, we have a great landlord, Kenny Pacheco, who was just on it, and we're blessed. I've had businesses with absentee, terrible landlords.
I think everybody's got a thing with that.
Yeah,
at one point in their life.
And when you get a good one, you really appreciate it because it seems like it's rare, getting more rare. But lots to talk about in the world of sports and life. Nick, what's up, my brother? What's going on? How was your dinner last night?
My dinner was good. It was
Really?
It was very good.
Now, how does this go down? You got you, your girl, and the girl's parents, right?
Yeah, it's her mom and her boyfriend.
Really? Now, where does this dinner take place at?
It's at their house. Their mom.
Really?
Yep.
And this is in Berkeley?
Yes.
You're just doing dinner on a Monday?
So, I mean, do you walk in? Is it formal setting?
No, it's actually, I would say, rather like informal. They're very casual people, laid back, relaxed.
Is this something you do every week?
No. I would say like that's
So
kind of
what's the big deal? What am I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know what's going on.
Well, I talked to him. He said I talked to him because we with Riley, had some catching up to do as most freshmen do. The first semester.
Gotcha.
coming into finals. We've all been there. So I reached out to my man Nick, and he's like, Mike, any other day, I got dinner at the Philly. So what did you eat? Is it a Portuguese geared?
No, they're definitely more Italian. We didn't do Italian last night, but they're more Italian.
What you have?
Last night she did like a steak, mashed potatoes.
I've been dying for lobster.
Funny you say that. My dad actually just told me that's what the menu I think is for going to be Christmas Eve.
Really?
Oh, must be nice.
Really?
Yeah, you're not getting one though. He said.
But you're going to be over there too.
Christmas Eve?
Aren't you like?
No, I'm not. I don't think I'm getting lobster on Christmas Eve. I don't think he's.
Yeah, we do the.
Did he say Christmas Eve?
Yeah, so Christmas Eve now we kind of do the dinner beforehand, like an earlier dinner, and then everybody else.
Maybe got a couple of
So I got
sauce.
second. Well, actually, I was invited for breakfast, so screw you.
I was gonna say, yeah, knowing Jimmy, he'll just show up with a crack of dawn and be like, "Oh, I thought lobster was on the menu."
There you go.
We'll wait all day for that.
Well,
There you go.
you're not getting one.
And you and your uncle are tight.
Yeah.
Then this girl I've been spending time with, right? Her mother is an amazing, amazing cook, but she absolutely refused to cook the lobster.
That's not hard to cook, is it?
No, but she does. They whine and they suffer when you put them in a thing.
Oh, that's why.
So she ain't. I said, come on. I said, you don't think the cow suffers or the hog suffers?
Yeah, but you don't get to see it.
No,
you don't get to see it.
You're shaking your head, Nick. What are you laughing about?
I like the sympathy for animals. I'm one of those people myself. I'm a big animal person.
Yeah.
I've never had a pet in my life. So
lobster's one that I look past because it's so damn good that I'm like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah,
I guess if they don't make it, if lobsters made noise as they were boiling, they were like, "No, you fucking son of a bitch." You know what I mean? If they were like, if they could make noise, I'm telling you, they'd be banned.
Yeah.
They'd be banned.
Yeah, of course.
If they made noise and you heard them scream in pain or whatever lobster noises they make, but they don't do it, so nobody cares.
They're crustaceans, right? And they're on and their bottom feeders. They walk the earth and they eat all the other shit that nobody else wants to eat.
That was
right?
not a delicacy back in the day.
No, it's not. It's not a delicacy in most countries. But I'll tell you what, They did something right with that tail.
Yeah.
Because that tail and the right amount of butter is like...
The tail is my least favorite part.
Really?
Yeah.
Small guy?
Yeah. It's kind of chewy. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I like it. I'm just saying it's my least
parents
favorite
split on that. My dad.
I've never seen anybody like your mom eat a lobster. She eats
Yeah.
There's nothing left of that thing.
Sure.
There's nothing left.
Yeah. Yeah, I like tail. You like tail. You like tail, too.
I am a tail guy, yeah.
Oh, God. So, what's life being like a Tom Brady fan? I mean, you can't make this shit up, dude. You can't make it. Not only did he recover from a complete meltdown in the second half from the defense, and he didn't, the offense was kind of lackluster, but he gets the ball and he wins and he covers.
And that was a bad pass interference call.
Yeah.
Especially since they didn't give Buffalo the other one at the end of the game. Because those two plays were,
Sure. I thought Diggs, they could have had a case.
I thought that was more pass interference than the one. I hate the underthrown, the receiver sees it, so he stops, slows down. It's kind of like in that basketball
Evans
play.
did a great job of selling that.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
I mean, he did a great job of selling it for sure. But let's just throw this hypothetical out there, right? Tom Brady's been doing this thing for how many years? Like 20-some years? How much money, right? Because I go to the gate and I ask the people at the gate at Tiverton, where's all the money on it, right? And they said 90% of the money was on Tampa Bay.
Yeah. I mean, just in my gambling experience, not so much Tampa Bay, but with the Patriots, them playing on like Sunday, they'd either be like the bailout or the extra, the bailout or the extra cushion. And when the Patriots lose and they're the bailout, now there's holes that are like, I live close to a cemetery. There's holes that are dug over there.
Yeah. But I mean, just think about nothing else, right? Because you would have to think, your novice bettor is probably going to play the money line for the Super Bowl. Just how much money?
I wonder if there's a site that says like, all right, when the Patriots or Tom Brady's at quarterback, he's covered the spread, X amount of times. But just him though, not necessarily the team.
Sure, but I mean, the Pats had an unbelievable run. You know what I mean? They had an unbelievable run. He's had an unbelievable run in Tampa. People are still betting him around here. I asked this girl's mom what she wants for Christmas, right? And she says, I said, how about this? How about if I get you a $50 ticket for Tampa Bay to win the Super Bowl?
That's pretty good.
She's like, she's a diehard Brady fan, but. Just a lot of money.
A lot of people get scratch tickets for people around the holidays, right?
Oh, yeah.
That is a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
Hey, $50. Who do you want me to? I'm going to go down to the sports book.
Yeah.
Who do you want me to put it a wager on? Yeah. No, I agree.
More conversation. You know what I mean?
Hey.
So you might want to pull the trigger with Sporting, with over and under wins, or whatever you do to some of your boys.
I think I got something along the lines of what Jimmy was looking for.
What do we got here?
So we got on $100 bet against the spread during his career, as long as you use the line so that they're minus 110. If you put $100 on every single game for the Patriots and the Bucs that Brady started, you would be up $4,770.
That's crazy. With the Vic, too.
Now I wonder what like the average quarterback or any other quarterback. I wonder who's number 2 on that list and how much they'd be. But it's over 20 years, so you can't really.
No, you'd be there. I think it would be there. I would say Joe Montana, because you have to have the combination of great quarterback, good team, right? Like a guy like Matt Stafford, good quarterback for Detroit. Those guys are
I'm not going there today.
They're writing the back of the paychecks and they're just giving them to the bookies. Okay, but you have to have the right combination. Now, I remember Joe Montana and Steve Young with the 49ers, with the West Coast offense, that the rest of the NFL wasn't really hip to, and they were just smashing people on the way to on the way. They were just smashing people. So I would say Aaron Rodgers is up there. I would say Steve Young. I would say the premier quarterbacks. The ultimate tiebreaker for me when I go to place a bet is. And it's for more than I usually do. I have to really, really believe in the quarterback. really, 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 really believe in the quarterback.
So you're not putting the life savings on Stafford?
I'm not putting it on Lamar Jackson. I'm not putting it on.
Yeah.
I'm not putting it on.
The Chiefs are always a safe bet, especially on
Sure.
teases and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
sure. Yeah, I've been teasing the Chiefs down.
Although early on in the year.
Speaking of the Chiefs, man, they're starting to get their groove back. You got to keep an eye on
I'm
them.
still not sold on that. That Oakland, Las Vegas team. What are they thinking? They come out, stomp on the logo. You come out first play, fumble back to the house. Who are you?
Yeah.
You're not good.
No.
Why are you doing that?
Well, but let me ask you a question. Who's the fucking idiot?
Yeah,
who
who-
suggested to stomp it? Like, who are they? You're not the fucking
who's the
Vegas
guy
of
that
Al
said-
Davis and John Madden up all night getting locked up, running around with motorcycle gangs.
Yeah, and then punching
fucking
people in the mouth the
terrorizing
next
people.
day.
Yeah.
They're not doing
Yeah,
that.
they're not that. You got a Christian holy roller as your quarterback. Probably one of the most Christian people in the NFL in Derek Carr.
Looks like the guy from Home Alone.
What are you? I mean, what are you doing there? If you do that, you better fucking win the game.
Not even win, but like show up at least.
You
They
better
didn't show up.
Now you do that. You gotta win the fucking game.
They didn't even show up though. That's the thing. Like that was pathetic. That was the most like pathetic.
Reach.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of another one. They were like, oh no, we're gonna win, and then just got absolutely smashed.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was pathetic. That was the most pathetic thing I've seen. First play of the game, they're running back the other way.
First thing now, I'm gonna tell them if you guys remember this. I may date myself. When Miami was big favorites over Penn State, and they came off to playing with combat fatigues.
I do remember that. Yeah,
And they walked.
I don't remember it, but I know.
Walked
Yeah,
off. They walked off like out of the functions. They were belligerent all weekend. They were like embracing that Miami persona.
I love it.
And then Vinny tested. I think Testaverde throws 5 picks, and then they don't get the game done. So if you do some shit like that,
You better do
you
it.
better win the game.
I'll give credit to McCarthy, guaranteed a victory, and the Cowboys won.
yeah.
That puts a little bit of stock on them.
I'll tell you what, they almost had an epic fail.
Yeah, true. I would
They
love to see it.
I know. I would
You'd love to see it.
Oh, they were this far away from being the butt of all jokes for the next month.
Yep.
If that game would have slipped away,
Especially since you guarantee the win, then you're winning by a ton,
and
and
lose like that.
then you lose like that. That would have been something. I would have loved to see that.
It's always interesting with the Cowboys. Like there is something missing, right? They got great individual talent.
That's like
But
always
it
there.
never goes like when the Patriots are rolling, it looks like a German tank, like going through the
I don't think it's fair to compare anybody to the Patriots, though,
What?
right? Like, I wouldn't even compare them to the
Yeah.
Patriots, but I get what you're saying makes 100% chance, like 100%.
No, but even
true.
teams even the teams that aren't as good, like you know, teams that
like when they have it, when you see a team that has
run
it,
efficiently. Do you understand? I mean, how many fucking penalties again? And I mean, it's crazy.
even when they're winning games like that, they still find a way to kind of do
Why are
something
you
stupid.
rolling out Dak Prescott at that point of the game there?
He's done that a couple times, though. He's done that a couple times. The game against I don't know who they played. It
I mean,
was,
have you seen a worse interception?
It was the Saints game. Remember the Saints game?
Yeah.
They're up big. It's the end of the game, and they're throwing the ball down the field. Saints pick it off. And now the defense bailed them out again. But even the Saints game, down late, and they're trying to throw the ball. But what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? I don't get it.
It makes you like, you know, it's like,
And for Prescott, it's one of those things where, like, all right, if it's not there, throw that thing into the stands.
one thing, I mean, there's 1,000 things about the Patriots, all right? But one thing that we know from football, it is truly the most team sport, team collective synchronicity. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
You know, if you have, you know, your worst player who's offensive tackle jumping offside, you know, going off sides or out of rhythm, or, you know, or your center, you know, is having a bad day. I mean, or your wide receivers drop balls.
All it takes a left tackle to have a bad day, and it's a turnstile.
But, you know, when you see it working, you know what it is. And we've been blessed because what are the Patriots pound home? No penalties, fundamentals.
Yeah, don't beat yourself.
Don't beat yourself. Put yourself in positions to win. And, you know, it's just...
We've been very spoiled with that, and then
Yes.
you watch other NFL teams, and you're like,
Yeah.
"What are you fucking thinking?
I know.
What are you thinking?"
Can you imagine,
That's
like,
what it is.
being a fucking Bears fan or being.
But we were just talking about even a Tampa fan.
I was going to say this week was the first time that I missed like the New England Patriots.
It can't be the first time though. It can't
It's
be the
not
first
even
time.
so much.
That guy's
Actually, I actually don't think this team needs the New England Patriots coaching staff. I think this team actually just needs like yes men. We could actually use like a cheerleading guy. We'll be fine with it.
Yeah.
We don't need somebody that's in here like trying to draw up the next thing, trying to be all fancy. This team, the offense runs through Tom Brady. It's the short game. Whenever this team starts struggling on offense, it's because we're looking for the long ball and we're too many third and longs. When we just play Tom Brady football, we're looking at third and fives, second and sixes, and all that. It's just easier to pick up.
How does an offensive coordinator help a guy like Brady or Rodgers? Like how? What is the textbook?
Get him coffee when he asks for it. Wipe his ass when he takes a shit.
I know that every quarterback is always flipping those papers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
The best of the best.
Sure.
I'm doing it. Brady's looking at that. So what's that for coverages that they're in? I would imagine, right?
It's game film. It's studying still pictures from the
but
from the series before.
In the game.
Yeah.
In the game, I think when they're looking at it in the game, it's coverages. I would imagine.
But it could be coverage. It could be pictures of old games too. And
really,
it could be like, oh, this is what we saw. They were gonna like they lined up during this game. Yeah. I mean, maybe who knows, right? But
I know that every quarterback in the league has their nose buried in them. So there is a component where they're looking for some type of assistance when they get to the sideline. But does Tom Brady have the autonomy to tell his head coach and Brian Leftwich, listen, I'm not calling this play in this place. I'm going to do my own thing.
We know last year Aaron Rodgers didn't have that.
Yeah.
Right? Because they went and kicked that field goal at the end of the game.
That is insane.
You know he wasn't happy about it. So he didn't have that. What does he have it this year? He better. But
yeah.
I mean, I would like to think that Tom Brady can do what he wants when he wants.
I think he proved that he basically did that during the playoffs. I feel like last year during the regular season, he of was trying to appease Bruce Arians a lot.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, you know what, bud, we'll play you, please. We'll run.
Yeah, I remember
no
I don't know if it was the
And
Falcons
then
game last year.
The playoffs, man, it's like, all right, listen, throw those plays in the trap.
I don't even think it was the playoffs. I think it was a couple weeks before the playoffs started. You saw a flip switch.
I'll tell you one thing.
Flip.
Leftwich is not helping Brady at all. That guy is along for the greatest ride of his life.
Yeah, I like him. I liked him as a quarterback there, and I liked him as a quarterback in the NFL. And he's a young black man.
He was a tough kid.
I mean, we played with a broken leg.
That Marshall, when they carried him up the field, like that was awesome.
And he's going to make a lot of money in this league. And he's a guy that I would consider to be a serious head coaching candidate.
Yeah, he might be. He might be the next head coach of Tampa Bay.
Yeah, as opposed
very possible.
I'm serious.
As opposed to Bowles, who everybody's talking about, who's on his way down. I would rather take the kid coming up.
Yeah,
the kid that's hungry to get.
Yeah,
and in my opinion, and what way to get you in everybody's face.
Bowles reminds me of who's the old coach of the Colts that came on afterwards. He coached the Lions. He just kind of sat there and.
Chuck Pagano?
No.
Okay.
He was after Pagano. No, he was before Pagano. He was the coach of the Colts when they lost to the Saints in the Super Bowl.
Broda?
When he lost to the Saints in the Super Bowl, he was the head coach.
Not Gundy.
No. Then he coached the Lions. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank.
I know the guy you're talking about.
And he just kind of just sat there like,
guy.
Hey, interception.
Yeah.
Touchdown. His facial expressions never change. I forget his name. I'm usually good with that stuff too, but I'm drawing a blank here.
I was gonna say, as far as the offensive coaching staff too, isn't even really what bothers me that much, because at the end of the day, I do know exactly like what I just said. At the end of the day, when it comes to playoff time, Brady's gonna win whatever he wants. The Todd Bowles thing is bothering me a lot because I do feel like it's so obvious to the human eye. Like, I've never played a real down of football in my life, but I'm watching this team, and every single time that they don't bring a blitz and rush a fifth guy, it's bad fucking news. This secondary cannot cover downfield. So what you need to do is you need to put pressure on that quarterback, make him make quick decisions, and you punch the receivers at the line of scrimmage.
Even two deep safeties, like you're saying, even in the prevent, a good quarterback, if he's got 5 seconds, 4 seconds, he's gonna find the way.
All day. And when we rush full,
rolling dice, baby, rock and roll.
This game, Buffalo, the kid was rushed for 111 yards, I think, at the end of the day. And it felt like every time it was just because he held the ball for 3 seconds, he saw nothing, and then said, all right, they're in a zone coverage downfield. I'm just going to take these 10 or 12 yards. And he ended up breaking a couple tackles and turned him into 15 or 20 yarders. It was infuriating.
I think the downfall of, if the Buccaneers lose, it's going to be like a major decision that Brady can't have anything to do with, right? It's going to be like a timeout or something like you saw the other day in a bad spot or something along those lines where it comes from upstairs or it comes from Arians and not necessarily something that happens on the field.
Was Caldwell the guy you're thinking of?
Yeah, Caldwell. Jim Caldwell. Yep. Jim Caldwell.
There's an old saying. It's not about the X's and the O's, it's about the Jimmies and the Joes.
Yeah, but they don't call timeouts.
You're right. But the one thing about Tampa is this. There is a lot of talent in that front seven, and if they get angry collectively, or they know that their backs up on the wall collectively, like they knew against Kansas City in the Super Bowl, facing young Mahomes, facing Rodgers in Lambeau, going to get Drew Brees in New Orleans, if they have that collective mission, they're capable of impacting a game and switching. And I think
that was an angry defense last year. I don't think they have that same dog right this year, right?
I agree. That's exactly what I wanted to say. Now the Patriots, on the other hand, you want to talk about a defense that's moving in synchronicity. Oh, my God. I mean, they have just an ebb and flow. And is Stevie Belichick the de facto defensive coordinator?
They haven't named that. He's the secondary coach. A lot of people think it's Mayo.
I heard he's calling it defensive plays now, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're ever going to lay that out there.
I thought he was.
No. I said that they just haven't done the formality of it, but I heard that he was calling
as long as it's not Patricia, I'm happy with it.
Because they said that the last, they didn't blitz all game, and that last play they blitzed Buffalo, and he was getting a lot of credit for that.
Yeah,
I mean, listen, if young Stevie Belichick is a defensive coordinator for this team, what a huge thing for his resume. I mean, we're talking about a young man.
But all you hear about is that, like, oh, Belichick's kid, and they kind of a punching bag. But like, okay, this kid can't coach. How do you know?
Yeah, of course.
Right? How do you know?
And with the nepotism in the National Football League, holy shit! I mean, if you didn't give any other kids a shot, I would think that Belichick should be first in line.
Exactly.
I mean, you want to break it down like that.
Exactly. I'm perfectly fine with him right now.
But you know, their defense is really. The thing about the Patriots is this, and I don't necessarily see it with. I know Tampa's capable of it, but the two teams that I see that are in synchronicity, offense, defense, I think it's Patriots, and I think it's Green Bay. I think
Green Bay's defense has played really well. So Kansas City's defense has played well, but their offense hasn't necessarily, outside of those two games versus the Raiders, the offense hasn't clicked. They haven't clicked yet.
Yeah, that's because I think 85% of the preparation when it's Chiefs week for your team is all about stopping that offense.
It's a big one Thursday night.
Big one, yeah.
Yeah, let's see about that one.
We're gonna have some questions. So, Jimmy, man, Pats is sitting on top. All is good in the world for you. Did you ever imagine this in your wildest dreams? And be honest.
No, not number one seed this far. Absolutely not. No way. Playoffs, sure. This, no.
You were thinking playoffs before the season started?
I mean, I think it was realistic, especially with the seventh, that seventh spot up for grabs. I thought absolutely this team could be a playoff.
Because what?
Now at 1-3, I'm sitting there like, all right, I had them. I said, I don't know if I necessarily had them in the playoffs, but I had them in that power rankings. Where they're going to be playing at the end of the year is going to be a lot better than what they're playing now. That much I knew.
At 1-3, you could easily flip that 1-3, and it could have been 3-1.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? So we talked about the moral victory here.
It could. I mean, this is really crazy. It could have been.
Looks at that and says, "Hey, listen. Supposedly, we knock off. We take two of the NFL's best to the 15 round, and we don't get a break, right?" The Miami thing, they had that game in
the fumble. You're down by one. All you need is a field goal, and you fumble the ball on the goal line. It's
But now they're here. So when did you see it? At what game did you say, "Oh, okay, this is interesting"?
The Buccaneers game, I had not a feeling they were going to win, but it was definitely like a let's see what this team's made of kind of thing. Yeah. And they answered the bell.
Sure.
Mac was great that game. The defense was great that game. And it was like, okay, we got something here. Cowboys game, defense was absolutely abysmal. That was awful. But again, they answered the bell.
Sure.
So.
Well, they spent $220 million.
I don't like that. And I don't like when people, they spent the money that they had. They had cap room, so they used it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But we hadn't seen that type of cap room in
exactly.
a long time. And they spent it the right way.
Yes.
Why? Why? Do you think I was coming from a
No, not you, but there are people on national views that are like, oh, I was listening to Adam Jones the other day, and it's all Belichick did was spend money the right way. That's all he did.
But that's the riddle.
So you're not allowed to use the cap room. And by the way, teams that spend a ton of money usually don't. It never pans out, right?
No.
Just go look at the Redskins in the mid 2000s.
Yeah, absolutely.
Albert Hainsworth.
No, this is not something you can throw money at, but that they spent money in the right places.
Yeah,
and they got better defensively. Okay, and once again, they're going to have a young quarterback that they drafted that everybody's going to be scratching their head saying, "How come this guy wasn't farther up on our radar?" You know what I mean? I mean, how come? How come they're not? They're not on that level. You're not on that level.
I know. It's weird because the kid was a first round pick, right? So it's like,
Yeah, but
not an underdog story, but like with 4 quarterbacks going before him, right?
Sure.
So he's a first round pick. So at the end of the day, you can't really call him, a Cinderella story, Mac Jones, that is.
No, I can.
But with all the other guys like going ahead of him, it kind of turned him into that a little bit.
He's going to have a great career in the NFL. I'm convinced of that.
Did you hear what he said the other day?
What did he say?
Oh my God, I had a fucking hard on when he said this. They asked him, "What's your favorite Christmas movie?" You know what he said?
What?
Have you heard this one?
I haven't, no.
What?
He said game film.
Really?
I fucking love it. I fucking love the kid. I love it. I think between the ears, and that's the stuff that you can't. I mean, you can nowadays, right? But you can't really measure it. But between the ears, that kid's got it going on.
They have the Wonderlic test. What was his Wonderlic test score? Can you look that up?
I can probably find it.
That's even like stupid questions, though, right?
No,
it's like you had 3.
I mean, there's
not football related questions.
There's some but it was been used by.
I remember the Madden football game. They had the Wonderlic test that you could take. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and you don't get a lot of time to take it.
No,
I think it's like 20-some minutes or something like that.
It might even be shorter than that.
But they.
We should all do that. We should take a live Wonderlic test.
One of my own,
really?
my own tricks. Yeah.
It looks like he scored a 19. I have no idea what that means.
A 19 is not good.
It's a huge list of Wonderlic players. I see some guys that got 48
Kevin
and
Curtis,
stuff like
45.
that.
Wow, you got a 19.
You see Mac Jones scored a 19.
A 19. That's not very good. Let's see that.
I want to do a Wonderlic test, and then if I'm good at it, we'll air it. If not,
give me some prominent guys.
I saw Calvin Johnson with a 41. That's the highest all time.
It looks like
Megatron?
the highest all time. He was third at 41.
Who's Kevin Curtis?
He was the wide receiver. He played for like the Eagles and like the Titans.
Yes. 87.
Yeah, he did.
How about
something.
quarterback? Can we get quarterback?
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see one on there. These are all wide receivers.
Yeah, that is weird.
Oh, yeah, that's got to be just the.
Let's see if we can grab.
Oh, it said by position. That's why.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's see if we can. Can we change the position?
There's got to be a way. I didn't see it before. Click on a.
No. Damn, too easy.
That is kind of weird.
That would have been too easy.
I know Dan Marino had a terrible score.
They did Wonderlics even back then.
Yeah. I think it's evolved. Now Danny Ainge does some
like a basketball thing,
like a brain and like if you passive aggressive. Do you embrace the moment?
I feel like you can watch that stuff too, though. You know what I mean?
He has some.
Ryan Fitzgerald, 48.
Yeah.
Fitzpatrick, dude. Of course, he went to Harvard. I don't know if anybody knows that.
What else we got?
Hey, Greg McElroy is another Alabama guy.
It looks like all recent quarterbacks. Tom Brady's on here at 33.
Yeah.
Blaine Gabbert at 42, who's the backup for Tom Brady currently.
Yeah, all those guys suck.
Yeah, it's funny you say that.
Tom Brady, 33. There he is.
Kaepernick, 38.
Rodgers, 35. That's the only thing he's ever been better than.
Kaepernick got a 38, huh?
Look at Stafford, huh? Put him in the hall.
Kaepernick got
38. Put him in the hall with that Wonderlic score.
Kaepernick got a 38 with all that stress and strife.
29 for my boy Andrew
Jake
Dalton.
Locke, Mike Vick, RG3, Cam Newton, Geno Smith, Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning, 28.
That's it. Eli had an unbelievably high score too, I believe, right?
He's a nerd.
39.
What? Eli had 39. Brady had 33. So what is acceptable, they say, right? What is like...
So all those quarterbacks at 19, that's far down that list.
He might have just said, fuck this bullshit, right? He goes, here's my Wonderlic test, and put his national championship ring on it.
That reminds me of Miracle. You want me to take your test, Herb? I'll take your fucking test.
That's actually that actually sounded all right.
Yeah, here's my test, right? Here's my test. Let's whip it out. How's that look? How's that look?
They can't see the screen, Mike. It's your hands that you're whipping out and not anything else.
Thank God, because they wouldn't be able to see the other thing either. But so that's interesting. So, okay, before we dive into football, there's a few other things we got to talk about, right? Now, Sporting, please tell the world what has happened, because my phone starts blowing up.
I woke up.
Have you talked to Jimmy? How mad is Jimmy?
What's
going on with Jimmy?
I woke up at 5:30 in the morning on Monday morning to watch this stupid thing that started at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay, 6 o'clock in the morning. Slept on the couch downstairs. Fell asleep watching the Packers game.
Sure. So you set your alarm.
Oh, fucking right, I did.
6.
Yes, yep.
Are you drinking on Monday night or Sunday?
Sunday?
Night?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, yes, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that's my day.
Yeah.
Anyway, watching this thing on my phone because, God forbid, you know what? Now I know why American channels don't carry any of this garbage, because it's pure stupidity.
Yeah.
Right? It's unbelievable.
Is what it is.
So I'm watching it, and, I know what to expect. I've seen these things before, but it's still just
in
baffling.
defense, ping pong balls, fucking NBA did it for how long?
No, it's not just ping pong balls, though, okay? So it's like the balls with like a team inside the ball. You have to unscrew like the ping pong ball, so to speak. It's not a ping pong balls, right? So, and then on the side of them, there's bowls, okay? Now, in this bowl, there's the 1 seeds, and then there's all the other 2 seeds in the other bowl. So they pick out a 1 seed, and they go, Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich is going to play, and then they reach in all the other bowls, a Bayern Munich bowl, because so a team from Germany couldn't play another team from Germany. A team from Portugal couldn't play another team from Portugal. Sure. A team from England, and that's necessary. And if you were in the same group, you couldn't be matched up, right? So Sporting finished second in their group.
So how long?
Ajax finished in first.
How long would it take the average fan to get a command of logistics for this?
I mean, a fucking kindergartner can get a logistics out of this thing.
For me, from reaching into a sub pool to find an opponent, but it can't be from the same country.
So it
seems like it's laying a little bit.
So basically, all right. You can't play the team that won your group, and you can't play the team that finished second in your group, right? So Ajax and Sporting are in the same group. They can't play each other. So those 2 teams' ball shouldn't be anywhere near them, right? If 2 teams from England can't play each other, so even if you're in different groups, 2 teams from England can't possibly play each other in that thing.
In the first, in
the round of 16.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Or in group play.
Okay, yeah.
So to me, it's kind of simple. Right? Like you're just, okay, well, this is Chelsea's group. Okay, you can't put United in here. You can't put Man City over here. Like it's kind of simple.
With the 1 seed determining how the other pieces behind them fall.
Exactly. Exactly. So I'm watching this thing, and I believe the first draw was Real Madrid and Benfica. So right off the bat, I'm like, fucking, this is fantastic. Okay? Right off the bat, I'm happy. The second one.
Now, rooting for who?
Always
well, I wouldn't say always, because
Why, though?
Nick, as weird as it sounds. They get points based on wins through the league. So,
young brother, a rising tide raises all boats. As a Portuguese soccer fan, you want them.
So you want them in the 5th, the Portugal in the 4th or 5th or 6th spot. It gets them more teams next year in the Champions League. Yeah, so I don't always want to win, but I don't.
It helps your brand. It pumps more money into the league.
Sure.
All of it.
Plus, but at this time, I'm just.
Yeah.
When you get this far into it, fuck them, right? Fuck them. I don't want to see them advance. I don't see any of those people happy this far into it. Okay. So now it's moving along.
Those people meaning your neighbors, your friends, your fellow Portuguese.
Yes.
Fuck them all,
yes,
right?
Absolutely. 100%. Yes. So as this is going on, all the great teams that are being picked, and Sporting hasn't gotten any one of them, and it's dwindling down to the end here, and I'm just like, wow, this is working out exactly how I wanted it.
Yeah.
So the 2 teams I wanted was Lille from France and Juventus was probably the 2 worst teams.
2 teams you guys could probably knock off.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
we
end up getting Juventus.
Yeah, perfect.
I'm texting everybody. I'm in group messages. I'm texting here. I'm tweeting. I'm fucking Facebooking. I'm over the moon.
Yeah.
Right. I go to the gym. I actually, before I made it to the gym, I'm waking my kid up. I wake him up now. He's like, Sporting Juventus. He's all happy. He peps up. So now I drop him off, and I'm kind of like on Twitter, kind of like before a little bit, looking at things, and it said, they put Manchester United's ball in the wrong spot. So Athletic Madrid couldn't play Manchester United. I'm like, what is going on?
But why not just keep it the way it is?
Fuck, it's ridiculous. So you got the fishbowl and you got this. It's 2021 and we haven't figured out a better way to do this besides picking your hand in a fucking cereal bowl and pulling out ping pong balls. It's fucking ridiculous.
It was simple. So,
it is simple.
All right, so what's the best way to do it then?
I don't know. There's somebody smarter than me, way smarter than me that can figure this out.
My father once told me before you critique something, blow it up, you have to have. You have to have a solution.
So like their reason for doing this is to like omit cheating, right? But to me, there's no way you can fucking hide it. Like it's right there. It's absolutely ridiculous that we're still doing it this way in 2021. So now.
Well, what would you do differently?
So the redraw, they were right.
Do you have a committee like the NCAA has?
No. You can't do it like where someone picks who's going to play each other. You do have to do it randomly.
Well, no. Well, I believe how the brackets get done is they pick the seeds, similar to what you do, right?
Yeah.
And then they build around the seeds. You know?
Yeah, but
they're not going to play. They're not going to play a conference.
But this is all one seeds, though, right? So there's all one seed or two seeds.
Okay, yeah, but
so you don't have a number one seed. I know you have 4 1 seeds in a basketball thing.
The same component I'm talking about. So how would you do it? Do you do it like college football playoffs, and you have 10 athletic directors? You have 10 managers?
No. I have a fucking computer. Just hit a random button.
That's what I was going to say.
My God, just have somebody hit a button and do something. I know, but people are worried about corruption, and I get it. And I get it.
We can't corrupt. We can't corrupt those balls. You tell me we
That's
can't
what
take
I'm
a little
saying.
Sharpie marker, put a dot here, and say, "All right, here you go. Pick this one. Here you go."
One's a little heavier than the other one.
Exactly.
One feels a little bit different.
It's ridiculous.
There's so many ways you can do it. So there is no perfect way to do it that I know of. I'm sure someone smart out there could figure one out, right? But the way they're doing it, like that just can't be like that, because then you have this. So you have a national show, right? You have all these things. How many eyes across Europe and across the world are watching this? And everybody said, so Sporting tweets out, hey, we're going to Juventus. Next time we play them, book your flights, all this shit. There was one guy who actually on Chelsea, did you see that? Booked the flight to Lille.
I didn't.
Booked the flight to Lille, then was like, shit, I can't freaking redo it, and I can't get it refunded. And then they ended up drawing fucking Lille anyway in the second round just again. Yeah. But it baffled my mind, because they're sitting there tweeting it out, and then I see something, and I'm like, oh, they might redo the draw. And I'm like, what the fuck are they thinking? How can they do this? Right? Of course they're going to redo the draw. The one time I'm invested. Sporting hasn't been in this stage in fucking 13 years, 15 years. And the one fucking time I wake up to watch this fucking thing at 6 o'clock in the morning, they completely fucking botch it. By the way, I got what I wanted. We didn't get fucking the worst fucking case scenario and then redo it. Of course not, because that wouldn't be that simple. You have to do this, and then I have to get kicked in the balls at 9 o'clock. Unbelievable. I woke up, Monday morning, I'm skipping around, dancing, like all happy.
Now, let me, I've been following soccer for like the last 7 years, reading about it for the last 10, in the various books that I've read about it, about the culture. So you get a team that you can kind of handle, right, with Juventus.
Sure.
Right?
That's off year. I mean, not usually, but it's an off year for them.
It's off year for them.
Yeah, and I'm not saying Sporting would have won, but I mean, they would have had
the club's bankrupt. They don't have the big time free agents that they're accustomed to, and all that other stuff. They're going through a massive financial crisis. This is a perfect time to knock them off, but instead you get the lion.
I feel like all soccer teams are always in financial crisis. By the way,
of the Premier League, Man City.
You get probably, arguably, the best team in the world. So they redo the draw, and you get the worst possible outcome. Worst possible outcome.
Now, each team plays each other. Is that
home and away? Yep. Home and away.
And in aggregate.
Yep.
Well, on the positive side, you get to bring one of the most popular teams in the world to your stadium.
That stadium's going to be filled no matter what.
I know
who they play.
But it's still different. This Stadium Azteca is going to be filled whether it's Cesar Chavez or Muhammad Ali.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But I mean, now you're bringing in. I mean, you're bringing in Man City. If there is as a brand, tell me if I'm crazy. They're probably the hottest soccer brand over the last 5, 6, 7 years in the world, right?
Last 10.
I think Liverpool's probably back over.
I just popped the sweatshirt off.
Oh, this fucking. Look at this fucking. See this asshole. This asshole over here. Now we're gonna get into. Now we're gonna get into it. I guess it's time. Okay. So this guy
This guy meaning your cousin didn't have to do something?
I'm not even going to look at him.
Okay.
He picks an English team. Fine. I picked an English team, right? I don't have any ties. There's no home team, right? There's no blood. There's no nothing like that of the sort. He picked an English team. That's fine. I give it to you.
Yeah.
That's fine. Pick an English team. I don't give a fuck. Now, you have a team.
Yeah.
Okay. That's smaller, okay?
Yeah.
I give you that. But you had a team from birth that was given to you.
Sure.
Okay? In our family, it's Sporting.
Sure.
There's not one member in our family that's not Sporting.
It's serious business.
There's not one. Every single one of these kids
So how is this
somehow
fucking
managed it.
guy getting away with wearing that shirt?
That's my point. And we
the
talked
problem
about this.
begins.
We were talking about this a couple of weeks ago. I said, Nick, Man City and Sporting might draw each other. I said, and I'm kind of already trying to get a feel for it. Like, who are you going to root for? And he's like, Man City. I'm like, what? What?
I didn't say it
would
that
you-
fast, but I did say that answer.
You said it that
there
fast
was
the
a
other day, and you said it
hesitation. There was a
fast. I gave him one chance on the group message. I said, I'll give you 5 fucking minutes to change your mind, or else I'm never watching a soccer game ever with you ever again. And within 5 seconds, you went back at it. Did you not?
I did.
He's got that smug, arrogant look over there.
And this is why me and him always butt heads.
Are you
It's decisions like this that me and him butt heads.
Everybody's balls on purpose. Because
There is I'm telling you.
What?
I don't know.
It's unbelievable that this actually happened because we were talking.
No. Don't dodge the question. He asked you.
I'm not dodging the question. It simply comes down to. I mean,
You are birthrighted to sporting ride or die.
correct. And
I mean,
I do follow sporting.
You can I love the Celtics, but I like Golden State, and I like this, and I like that.
Yeah, but that doesn't even apply because they're not even in the same league, right? Like,
what I'm trying.
Exactly.
I'm trying to. All day I've been trying to find it.
His fascination and like a Man City because when I started watching soccer, the little white boy, Bernardo Silva or something like that.
The pride of Portugal, baby.
It fucking blew my mind.
Not even close to the pride of Portugal. What are you fucking talking about?
Then I
Guy
started.
hasn't even fucking scored for Portugal.
Then I started getting into De Bruyne and the whole story, and then they have that game where me and you and them are going back and forth. They have a documentary on it, on NBC Sports.
Yep.
So that was my hook. But being from Fall River, being in the belly of the fucking beast with ride or die sporting fans like your family, that shit would not fly in my house.
So what it
It's
came
not
down
flying
to,
in mine.
it
It ain't flying in mine. It ain't flying in mine.
Thankfully,
I'm
my
telling
father's
you,
a more
I've been
understanding
trying. I've been trying to find the. Oh, he's disappointed in you 100%.
He's
brother.
disappointed, but he's not. He's not what you're doing.
No, it's like mad versus disappointed. You know, you should be. I'm not
That's
mad. I'm
actually
just
the way to put it.
disappointed. Yeah, but that's worse.
Now, do you feel like you should take a shower because of this?
What it comes down to for me is that I do.
There's not enough water in the world. Not enough soap. Not enough soap in the world.
I follow sporting. I cheer for sporting, but like at the end of the day, I don't go to my calendar and circle the sporting games. If City plays at 7:30 in the morning, I'm like setting my if I'm drinking Friday night, I'm still setting my alarm for 7 a.m. on Saturday.
Okay.
To wake up and watch City. I watch every single.
And why is that? Why do you have a stronger attachment to City than Sporting?
It probably.
Because they're better?
What happened was the league really was a big part of it. The Premier League is a lot more. It's not just that it's better, but they're more brutish. Like there's less penalties. There's less flopping. The teams despise each other.
World class production value. World class.
Yeah, I mean, you can't compare the two.
Exactly. It's just a different league. So me paying more attention to it, that is what's led to me just caring more, I guess, about Manchester City. And at the end of the day, it's who I'm going to cheer for. I'm not happy that this is how the draw went. I'm actually quite disappointed this is how the draw went.
But the draw was inevitable, my friend. Eventually, or something down the line, but you had it's not the draw's fault, okay? Don't blame this on the draw. This is a decision that you're making, okay? You're making a decision.
No. The draw is forcing me to make the decision that I don't want to make.
Exactly what Johnny said. He also left the Patriots to go to Tampa Bay. And now if Tampa Bay played the Patriots in the Super Bowl, you're rooting for Tampa Bay too. But that's a mentality. That's a mentality. I'm telling you, there's a bolt loose, a screw loose.
Mo Lewis took out Drew Bledsoe, okay? I was 8 years old. I was watching the game in my TV room when Drew Bledsoe left.
Dude, you don't need to give us the story about why you love Tom Brady. We all love Tom Brady.
Well, you knew me then. I was wearing a fucking Miami Dolphins jersey on Sundays.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
I still have him in my house.
Do you really love Brady now?
Of course I do. Of course I do.
Next Tuesday, I will wear the jersey in here to prove it. I still have a Ricky Williams jersey that your mother bought me in Florida, a Chris Chambers jersey that your mother bought me in Florida. I never liked the Patriots. When Tom Brady came in, that was the moment that everything changed for me. And that moment,
I honestly don't remember you being. I remember Robbie being a Dolphins fan. I remember
made in my entire life.
Now let me ask you a question.
So
let me ask you a question. Hold on.
it sounds like he's a flip flopper. He flip flops.
I love what I love.
A lot of flip flopping going on. It's fucking cold out. I still hear the flip flop sound out there.
Let me ask you a question, right?
Yeah.
Now, are you watching?
I don't know who Jose Olay is, but really, no shit.
With your family, as you traditionally do, with your Man City gear on.
I would love to. I just.
I'm not going to be anywhere around him. I'm not going to be anywhere around him because one stupid thing he says, it's going to be over. It's going to be over.
So I'll probably just be watching it with a couple of my friends.
Yeah, I hear you.
My girl who's always decked out in her City gear that I get her and stuff. We'll be good to go.
I hear you.
No.
Now.
And he better not lose. He better not fucking lose.
Yeah, that's also the thing. It's a lose-lose scenario for me entirely, just because City is obviously. I mean, they're a huge favorite to win.
No. You don't get to claim Sporting and be upset when they lose. You don't get to do that.
I'm just saying.
Ever again. You don't ever get to do that again. If
it's
they
a
lose,
lose-lose for me. I don't get anything out of this. I'm expected to win. If I lose, I'm the asshole who never gets to hear the end of it for the rest of eternity. And if I win, it's just like, all right, you're the asshole.
Life is full of choices, my friend.
How about the dual Sporting Man City?
No. And you know what's funny? So, like, I like Manchester United. Yeah. Now, I like Manchester United because, you know, back in the day, they were on. No soccer was on live TV. Sure. But every time they were on channel 52, Sports Channel, it'd always be Manchester United.
Yeah, sure.
And then Peter Schmeichel, who was the goalie for United, came to Sporting. Yeah. And so I like because I like Manchester United because of that. Then Ronaldo goes to Manchester United. Then Nani goes to Manchester United. And you got Bruno Fernandes. And then you got...
Hold on. For people who don't know out there, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
That's fine.
Well, Cristiano Ronaldo is from the Sporting family of player development.
Well, all those guys were, club. All those guys were, and they all went to Sporting. So Sporting and United kind of like, most Sporting fans are United fans because of that. Course, right? Yeah. Now, I don't go crazy. I don't go crazy if United wins. That's like, I like them, but that's not like, you know, now I might because Ronaldo's not there. But I don't go crazy when they win and, you know, whatever it is. I don't go ham. Yeah. You know? Yeah. But I don't know. This guy chooses City, and Sporting hasn't. There's nobody outside of Pudo who plays from City for Sporting now. Yeah. There's no Sporting player that ever went to City. There's no reason to even sniff that team. They got all Portuguese players from Benfica. They got all Portuguese. They got all Portuguese players from Benfica. They don't have one Sporting player.
You have a couple guys play from us.
Pudo, that's it.
All right, now hold on here. Is this the bridge? Is this the point of no return?
This is the point of no return. This is it.
See, this is where I totally disagree because right after this, we're gonna have to be on the same side if we want to go to the World Cup.
What do you mean, though? But what do you mean, point of your return as far as what? No, I never want to see him in a Sporting shirt ever again. I never want to see him in a Sporting shirt ever again. Now, he's my cousin. I'm stuck with him by law. Yeah. Okay, but he should never put on a Sporting shirt ever again.
Now, what do you think about that?
I think it's a little harsh. I mean, okay, so actually, before leading up to this, in the pool play, it was perfect because City and Sporting actually were playing identical schedules. They were playing at the same time on the same day. So
again, you're blaming. It's great. A draw,
so every
a schedule. You're blaming everybody but yourself.
Blue on one wall, I got green on the other wall. I got both TVs going. I'm cheering for both games. I'm watching both games.
Now, your family lineage, your history. I mean, your uncles, your all of it.
Listen, I love Cristiano Ronaldo. You know that. But if he's playing Sporting, fuck him for that day. Just like Tom Brady. I love you. But when you're playing the Patriots, go fuck yourself. That's my team. Team of one guy. Yeah. That one guy's going to be gone in 5 years. And maybe not him.
However, but there is something even more special for a Portuguese family in their identification with their soccer club. And those are ties that bind for a long time. Now, especially being a Sporting fan, which has traditionally been number two. And
listen, we're not even number two. We've been number three for a long time. Number even four in some seasons. You know? Okay, so for us to get this far,
I'm talking about like fandom.
Yeah, okay.
I'm talking about fandom. So I totally get where you're going. If I'm Judge Judy here, okay, I gotta give it to the plaintiff.
I think most people would. Most people with a sane mind would.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to find a comparison between the two and like what it would be, right? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to find like a perfect scenario.
Now, how many uncles in the mix here?
Not too many uncles. Well, I mean, my father, his father.
Yeah, those are the two big ones. My Uncle Horace, my between you.
Yep.
He's a big one.
Now, let me ask you a question. Are they going to bring the heat on the young brother over there?
Not like me. I'm the only one that's actually going to bring heat.
Really? So
have you talked to your father? Because I haven't talked to him. I took a picture. My uncle's background is him at the Sporting when we won the championship last year.
Oh, that was great. I'm not gonna lie. You sent this to me last night. I laughed out loud. I instantly showed Steph. I was cracking up.
It's all of them, right at the Sporting at Mesa upstairs, and it's my Uncle Horace, his mom, his sister, and his brother and his dad, and him, all in Sporting shirts, like taking. It's a great picture.
Come on, brother. What are you doing?
Just blacks me out.
Yeah, get it there.
Yeah, there you go.
Right there, right. The one that's looking. There you go.
It's black.
Yeah, I don't know who that guy. I don't know who that guy is.
Dang.
So, like, for you to come there when they win the championship and then bow out, what? Not even a year later, 6 months later.
I'm out of my fandomship. See, this is not what's happening.
Listen, you can put your fandom for Manchester City aside for 2 matches that you're probably going to win anyway and save face.
Culture over club, no?
Amen.
Right?
Passion. I can't fake it though. That's the thing. Even if I do that, I'd be faking it when I'm watching the game. It wouldn't be pure. That's what fandom is.
So
pure is your blood that's inside of you, Sporting, not stupid Manchester City.
I said that you were right. That most people think I'm crazy, and I get that. But it's just how I feel it. If I was watching that game and I was watching it in my Sporting colors, and something happened for fucking Sporting, I'd be sitting there. And I wouldn't really.
We are related, by the way.
Fuck.
We're cousins, but we're cousins pending DNA test, Jose.
Hold on.
Cousins pending DNA test.
You're coming out of the closet. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, he is.
You should have your true joy. If that's it's like, Ma, I don't like kissing girls anymore. I kiss this guy and I like it, and so I can't root for. I hear you. That's cool. Okay. That's enough for the soccer for now.
That's what you think.
Herren shootout, big weekend. We will be at timestamp this. That's enough for the soccer. The Herren shootout is this weekend. I think we're going to be able to get this thing in, and there is COVID happening all around us. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. This is the Taj Mahal Longplex Center that they have in Tiverton. It's a multi-sports, multi-use facility. Everything from soccer to field hockey to football to basketball to hockey to deck hockey.
They got a bar.
They got a bar.
Restaurant,
they got
right?
a great sports thing. They got it is the Taj Mahal. There are facilities.
I'm glad someone decided to take care of the parents for once. By the way, who have to dredge their kids all over the place.
Oh shit!
You know what? Yeah, we're gonna throw a bar. We're gonna throw a bar in there.
Yeah, just get a little drink and just chill. Have some place to sit down. Like these other places that are around the AAU basketball circuit. Very uncomfortable. Like you're there for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. This place is what that family was able to do. And let me tell you something, it was not easy for them. Okay? It was not an easy journey for them. They put their neck and their balls out on the line.
They had problems when they were building it too, right? Yeah.
Everything. And it's a massive undertaking, massive endeavor, and a father and son combination. And I tip my cap to what they were able to do and their character and their stick-to-itness. And they built the Taj Mahal of sport, of multi-purpose facilities around here. Now, there are places like that throughout the country. If you know anything about AAU or travel soccer or travel this or travel softball, I'm sure you've been in places just like I'm talking about. Matter of fact, do you remember the old manager for the Braves, Bobby Cox?
Of course.
He was the first. His name was attached to it, and it was an investment group. And he was the first person to put these multi-sports facilities, sprinkle them all over the South. Like.
I mean, it's genius.
It's genius.
Especially up here because it's cold,
It
you
took
know?
a long time for people to catch on up here.
Well, they used to do the bubbles. Remember the bubbles? And they all, like, because of snow, the one in Bridgewater, Dartmouth, all collapsed.
And then, like, the place where you had to...
That place is pristine. They definitely did it right. I'll tell you that. Longplex,
oh,
yeah.
It's unbelievable. What do we got going on there?
Someone just complimenting Jimmy. I figured he would like that.
Call him what?
Looks like the Portuguese Ben Affleck, handsome.
Where did it say? Go back up.
Hey, this is the guy you were bagging on earlier.
I wasn't bagging on him. He just said Manchester City's going to wax Sparta. I said, no shit. I'll take it.
Take it. There we go.
I'll take it.
There you go.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, he might get a little closer if Sporting beats Man City. Hang around. But the place is amazing.
Oh, look, see the picture? See, that's his dad chiming in right there. You see the picture? That's his background. Now, Kyle, you need to erase him from that picture. I sent it to you. You have all the capabilities. You need to go and do that, Kyle.
That'd be harsh. That would hurt. I'm not gonna lie. That would hurt my heart.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you didn't worry about hurting your dad's heart.
Now, will your mother...
The guy just had open heart surgery.
Will your mother stick up for you for this?
Always.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
He's a mama's boy.
50 people, and that woman would defend me to the ground.
Nice.
He's like an only child. He has siblings, but he's like an only child because they were a lot older than he was.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I'm going to blame it on the only child syndrome.
Sure. So you're not going to watch this game anywhere near any self-respect.
He's not allowed. He's not allowed. He's not allowed.
I mean, they're going to go. I have to imagine they're all going to get together at one location, and then I'm sure like my
it's on a Tuesday. It's on a Tuesday.
Hey,
both games are on Tuesday, by the way.
Where is Sporting Central? Is there a bar? Is there a house?
Well, most of the time we're at my uncle's house.
Okay.
For like the big games, like towards the end of last year, we were upstairs at Mesa.
You're upstairs at Mesa?
Yeah.
How many people there?
Oh, Jesus. At the end, that last one at the
We
end.
lit that place up for the championship. There was a lot of people there. I'd say, yeah.
50.
I'd say, yeah. 50, 60.
Something.
Yeah, man.
With kids, like all the kids. The kids were hanging out on the deck, waving their flags while people were driving by. Like my kids were out there, like
great,
doing that.
yeah.
I left, I'd say, like a good 2 hours, maybe even more after the game ended. And when I left, there was still champagne dripping from the ceiling because that's how soaked into the ceiling.
And Pete and Dan don't give a fuck. They're like, yeah.
But Pete probably did that night. Pete, not probably. Pete definitely did that night.
Pete was under the champagne. Oh, my God.
No, he wasn't. Not Pete. Pete was nowhere near it. Pete was nowhere near that.
Yeah.
Real Man said he counted 58.
58? You don't care.
That's what he's got.
Who?
My dad said he counted 58 at the
Wow, jeez, I said 50 something.
So yeah, we were right there. there.
Okay.
It was 57 because I'm not counting you.
Heaven Shootout, if you want to, check out some basketball, middle school. You just got some talented teams. Well, we got a lot of middle school teams. We got over 40-something teams. We could have had 100. We got a great team that's helped me out with Brian Michaelazic and Lisa and Shakira and everybody. So that's what will be there this weekend. Check it out. But now let's get back to the National Football League. I have the scores from last week. Steelers 28, Vikings 36.
Didn't I say the Vikings were going to come back and win? I said, watch.
In a game that if you weren't rooting for the Steelers at the end of that game, you have no soul.
Okay, soulless then.
Soulless then, really?
Yeah. Why? There is not a time in the world where I would ever root for that disgusting franchise. I hate that.
Really?
Yes.
Why though? You don't think they got pride and character and everything like that?
Sure, they have a yeah.
Whoa,
So
whoa,
what?
whoa, whoa.
That doesn't mean I need it.
Actually, if anything, that's more the reason why I do kind of hate them is because they actually are a legitimate team. They're not like the Dolphins, say, or
Yes.
the Jets. You know what I'm saying? They're actually a legitimate franchise. They've won things, which makes me hate them even more.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't won things
In a while.
Yeah, especially when they go against us. But they like to talk before the games.
Well, you take Tom Brady away, and they probably got a Super Bowl or two.
I don't know if they do.
Come on,
Well, actually,
it's
yeah.
20 years.
Well, no, they're not beating They're not beating the Rams in that Super Bowl. No one, that's for sure.
No.
And then who was the other AFC champion? The other time we played them was
But you don't think, but
in 04.
hold on.
04. That Eagles Pittsburgh game. Who knows that? They could have won that one.
But for the love of the game, you didn't admire the Steelers for their grit and their character and their internal constitution not to fucking quit on national team. Come on, Jimmy.
No,
Why though?
because I don't like them.
I know, but you got to get beyond yourself occasionally.
I'm not. It's not possible. It's not possible.
Yeah, you know. So you were in that game saying, "Wow, these fucking guys did it like that." You got young kids. I said on Facebook, this is why all those old slogans make sense. It ain't over till it's over. Never quit. Play to the whistle.
The We Can't Beat Detroit Bowl.
The We Can't Beat
Yeah,
Detroit.
that was the name of that game. The We Can't Beat Detroit Bowl. Because Detroit beat Minnesota the week before. Sure. Pittsburgh tied Detroit. Pittsburgh tied Detroit. The week. I've heard, there are stranger bowl games. There are stranger bowl games names out there.
You're a mean, nasty son of a bitch.
I can be. I'm not, but I can be.
I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do.
If you're with me, you're with me. If you're not, then you're against me.
Yeah, but it's way too conditional. Okay, if you have...
It's actually really simple.
If you have... No, it ain't. To your crazy mind, if you have kids... This game was a great lesson for young athletes, okay? They came back, they stayed to the guns, and they came this close to pulling off an upset that would have been talked about for 50 years, okay? Hold on, okay. What is the Heidi Bowl, which has dictated television policy?
Yeah, that was the one where they went to Heidi. It was Raiders and was it Raiders Dolphins?
Yes.
Me and my dad were just talking about this.
The Heidi Bowl. That's why from that point on, policy. So
yeah, they got to stay with the game.
Ravens 22, Browns 24. Baker Mayfield and the Browns hanging around. Jacksonville 0, Tennessee 22. Vrabel's got the Titans back on track. Raiders 9, Chiefs 48. Total punk move. We talked about stomping on a logo. Take that bullshit to some trash ass.
Raiders need to just blow that whole thing up.
Pros. Saints 30, Jets 9. Jets can't find a way. Taysom Hill gets it done for them. Cowboys survive against Washington. Falcons continue to be a tough out. They beat the Panthers 29-21. Seattle has a second life, 33-13 over the Texans. Lions 10, Broncos 38. Very emotional day for the Does anybody know how he passed away or why he passed away?
Seizures, I heard. I saw.
Really?
I guess I saw he got into a car accident a few years before that, and he started getting seizures.
If you ever have a friend that has seizures,
yeah, it's scary.
Fucking right.
It's scary.
It's a scary thing to do.
I didn't know he was only 33 years old, though.
Crazy.
I thought he was like 38, 39. I didn't know he's 33. It seems like he's been out of the league forever.
Yeah. I know. Giants 21, Chargers 37. Chargers starting to find their stride. Very talented
good.
team.
Big game Thursday. Keep
49ers 26, Cincy 23.
My 49ers.
The 49ers, huh?
I don't know what about that team. I just said
they're not dying. I guess Joey Bosa had the most effective game in this new metric that they evaluate defensive linemen.
Oh, geez, I don't know.
They do have this. Yeah, ESPN announced that they have this crazy metric where he had the most effective game of any defensive lineman in history since they've been applying this metric. Bucks 33, Bills 27. Not the way you want to win, but Tom Brady bails the Bucks out at the end of the day.
I disagree with that one too. I just love Buffalo. Like, yay! The emotion. Their fan base on Twitter is, by the way, is just losing their ever-loving mind.
What were they saying after that game?
I actually read one where it was the Patriots paid the NFL, or the Patriots paid the NFL to give them bad calls so that they could be back in. Like, these people are losing their minds. And you know what? They got screwed on Sunday. They did. Because if that's pass interference on Evans in overtime, then it's pass interference on Diggs at the end of the game. Okay? However,
Jimmy, bad calls out of this game, by the way.
However, but this goes back to what we were just saying. I don't fucking care about you. I don't feel bad for you. Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
But a nitty-gritty 40-year-old raised like you guys were, the Buffalo Bills were part of your family dynamic. You can't get your arms around that?
I can. I totally get why they do it.
Empathy for them?
I respect it. No empathy. Respect. But no empathy. I respect how
much you can lose if you keep waking up in the morning.
You want to know why? Honestly, the fucking asshole rented the billboard outside of Route 1 last year. You remember that one when the Patriots played? And they're tooting their horns and all that shit, and they're the new king of the AFC East. And now what do you got to say now? You're crying? You're crying?
Who was the guy that did
that? He's fucking in. He's in a witness protection program, probably.
We're going to call him next week on the show.
He's probably with fucking Jimmy Hoffa.
I'm gonna stick Lisa on getting that number, and we're gonna invite him on this podcast.
Love that.
Yep.
We got ECAM. It's
tell him to rent the billboard this year before next week's game or 2 weeks from now.
Okay, 7 takeaways from this week. Pick one, Nick. Number 1 through 7.
Hey, Jimmy C.
1.
What?
1.
Number 1. How did this happen to the Bills? A favorite to get to the Super Bowl. Now, as the season winds down, they are out of the playoff picture.
How did this happen?
Wow.
They are the Buffalo Bills. Nothing has changed. They are the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
End of story.
But the Buffalo Bills, historically, that we're referencing, were hard luck losers that got to the Super Bowl. This team is not even in the playoffs, Jimmy.
Well, they were hard luck losers the
talented.
second, third, and fourth Super Bowl. You know,
Yeah.
they were fully expected to do that.
But just
They're
forget
not a tough football team. They say like tough football teams run the ball and play defense. They don't do either of those two things.
Yeah.
It just seems like
They're too reliant on Josh
Flash in the
Allen.
pan,
I said it here weeks ago. They don't have a run game. They don't have a run game.
How did it happen? Because the people who are a little smarter than us in Las Vegas had them going to the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, I think number one, and you know, this shouldn't come into a factor, but I don't know if it was. If you're Buffalo, right, and you're sitting there like, all right, you know, maybe Patriots just got a rookie quarterback, but we don't have to worry about them yet. Right?
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about them yet. Maybe next year, maybe the year afterwards, and we don't have to worry about them yet. And they kind of like take a back seat to that, and they're looking at Kansas City. I think they just looked at Kansas City, we got to get over Kansas City. And they just totally like kind of, how do we beat Kansas City? And then just totally kind of took their eye off the ball when it comes to us.
They smashed the shit out of Kansas City.
Hey, so you won. Congratulations. You know? But like I said, like I think that they overlooked kind of like,
they seem to be taken seriously.
I mean, yeah, they're a good team, right? I mean,
could they come into Foxborough and win next week?
Of course they can. Yeah, I mean, anybody can win, but they're going to have to. They have to now. Before it was you have to.
What's their win probability?
I don't know. You got another week. I mean, who do they have this week? Carolina? I don't know if it's at home or in Carolina. I mean, you imagine they win that game, right? Yeah. But they haven't. So that's the thing. They beat they beat Kansas City. Look at their schedule. They have beaten nobody else. Anybody else worth a sniff, right? Anybody else worth a sniff that they've lost to, right? Pittsburgh. It started with that Pittsburgh game over a week. They dominated that game and got a block punt and all that stuff, and they lost right off the bat. Then somehow you lose to Jacksonville. I don't know how the hell that happened, right? Probably because I put money on them.
That's why something's wrong. I think. Fundamentally.
There's definitely something.
The coach looks like he's like about
and I like the coach.
About to jump off the bridge, man.
Like, I like the coach up until last week.
He doesn't, when you look at him, he looks frantic. He looks anxious.
He looks like he doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, he's wearing it. You know what I mean?
He's got that look that the Celtics coach has. Not last night, but before that.
Yeah. Okay. So how did it happen, Nick? How did it happen with the Bills? What do you think?
I mean, on Sunday, they just ran into Tom Brady. I mean, they were out of the game in the first half.
Oh no! What happened to them this year or like Sunday? Sunday was a direct result of getting Belichicked. That's what happened.
That's not my call.
Yeah.
But here's a team that Las Vegas had going to the Super Bowl before anybody else. And
the NFL, another thing was the NFL gave them a better schedule. Like these idiots still don't figure out that literally there's only 2 games on the schedule that like can change every year, or now 3. Yeah. And we got the Cowboys and they got the Redskins because the Redskins won a division last year and the Cowboys finished in 3rd like we did. So we got a tougher one on that. These idiots haven't figured out the schedule yet. They still think. I know that I don't think they got the internet out there in Buffalo yet. So to be fair, go invest in Microsoft, people from Buffalo. Go do that. Or Amazon.
Next up, one question. One's been answered. We got 2 through 7. That 2. Chiefs are heating up. How much is Andy Reid and the coach? How much credit should Andy Reid and the coach staff get credit for? This team look lost. Okay, now their defense is playing well. Their offense is starting to come around. Is this about the coaching or is this about the players more?
Defensive coaching, something like that along the line. The defensive side of the ball, without a doubt, has been they're like back to playing that ball. Okay, they're back. The offense, I still don't put any stock in what you do against the Raiders. That team is a fucking train wreck. There's not. I put 0 stock in that team or in that game or the other game with the Raiders. Now you barely beat Green Bay. You barely beat. I forget who was after that.
Who beat Green Bay?
Kansas City.
Kansas City beat Green Bay?
Oh, yeah, with Jordan Love at quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
13-7. Like, give me a break. Yeah. So I'm still not sold that it's kind of like what we did with Buffalo, right? Like, Buffalo hasn't played anybody, but they're playing them, I'm still not sold. Now, Thursday night's a big one for them.
But you're betting on them, as I am.
Yeah, because they're winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they haven't really played anybody either.
Sure.
My boy Flash going with a touchdown this week. Love to see that.
Odell Beckham Jr. bounces back with a big game.
He's been playing. He's been playing well.
3 weeks, 3 shared touchdowns.
Okay.
Oh, no, he'll turn back into a pumpkin.
Patriots are sitting on top of the AFC. What is the primary reason for that?
Bill Belichick.
Yep.
I agree.
Hard agree.
Definitely. I can't imagine how you can almost point the finger anywhere else besides Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick, the GM. Bill Belichick, the coach.
So much better at his job than everybody else that does the same occupation in the entire world.
Yep.
Even across the sport, regardless of what sport it is, he's the best that's ever.
Oh, he's the best at his job more than anybody else, than any other job too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, someone would counter that argument, and this is what I'm doing. I don't agree with it, but you say, well, what's his record without Tom Brady?
Pretty damn good right now.
No, but career?
Well, I mean, you got to take the Cleveland thing out of it.
No, you don't, Jim. It don't work that way, cousin.
You got to take the Cleveland thing
It don't work
out
that
of
way.
it.
We're going to whitewash fucking.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it with the Patriots. What's his record with the Patriots?
No.
He was 5-13 before Brady
That is
showed up.
not your career record. Like we're going to take Pedro Martinez and forget about the Expos and do it. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way.
All right, so
you're better than that. You're smarter now.
So Joe Torre as a manager with the Braves.
Listen,
Do we?
Don't make this about me. I'm doing my job in a.
Oh, no, yeah.
I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question.
I take it out. I look at it like, okay.
How about this? How about
because he's improved, obviously.
Maybe he learned some communication skills. Maybe he
Sure,
found, maybe,
absolutely, yeah.
He found the right working environment.
I think he's always ahead of the curve when it comes to that stuff, without a doubt. He's always ahead of the curve.
Yeah, he looked ahead of the curve when he resigned with a crayon on a napkin from the I resign as HC of the NYJ.
He made the right choice, didn't he? He did the right choice. It wasn't a crayon either. Was it the crayon from the kids meal thing there?
No, he said I resign as
HC of the NYJ. Yeah. I didn't know it was a crayon, no.
I thought it was a crayon or a marker, right?
It could have been because it was,
Yeah. Now let me ask you a question, right? The position coaches, I think, stand out to me on the Patriots, right? Because our offensive line is blowing people off the ball. Our fucking running backs are running like they fucking stole something, okay? Our fucking defensive backs are flying the fuck around looking to rip everything.
So defensively...
you want to talk about a synchronicity component to them. If they go into fucking Indy and they smack Indy...
When have they haven't?
Well,
especially recently.
A few times.
Especially, yeah, but that was with Peyton. That was with Manning.
We could. So you are 100% confident that they're going to go into Indy and smack them.
No, I actually think Frank Reich is a good coach, and I think he's not afraid of this moment. Right? He's not going to shit down his pants. Yeah. I don't think. Now Carson Wentz might.
What blew my mind is the Patriots start off as 2.5-point favorites.
Yeah, they're getting points now. Like they have some kind of COVID test we don't know about yet.
Hold on. I'll show you Las Vegas Insider. Can we get Las Vegas Insider up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was shocked when I looked today and saw that they were getting 2.5.
A 5-point move in the line.
Yeah, I looked at it for the first time today and I was absolutely shocked. So I don't know what it opened up at, but
it opens up at Patriots minus 2.5.
So I don't know who.
Here you go. Now,
who's hurt that wouldn't play?
Look at the first line.
Yeah, minus 2.5.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, hold on.
Now who's hurt?
Do your progressions. Go straight down, straight across. Now what's the line is now when the casinos get a hold of it? Now they're plus.
That one still has it at minus 2. I don't.
No. It's got Indy. It's got Indy minus 2 is the most recent thing.
Yeah,
all the way to the.
Oh, I see. Yeah, all right.
Indy minus
Never mind.
2.
I didn't know they flip flopped on top.
Let's go to Indy minus 2.5 for a second, but now it's back down to 2.
I see. So the line comes out on the first level, and then all the other casinos modify it, and it changes. To add the information money comes in.
I mean, they say that home field gets 3 points, but even that's changed a little bit from what I've read. Is somebody hurt that we don't know about? Like, I don't know what's going on there. Who's got COVID? Who's slipping out the COVID?
Maybe there's some heavy whales out there saying the Patriots aren't that good, but I'll tell you what. I wouldn't want to.
They're both coming off bye weeks.
Listen, let me tell you something. Don't bet against the trend. How many games have they won? 7 or 8 in a row?
8 now, right? I think it's 8 now.
How many games have they won in a row?
I think 8.
I saw. I mean, you get a team on an 8-game win streak, okay? Playing some serious football. If you want to put a lot of money on that,
7
because you think they're overrated, go right ahead. But I think the coaching staff has done an amazing job, and I think the money was spent in the right places. I think we need a guy like Judon.
Judon was beyond a home run.
All right, next up. The wheels are starting to come off for the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
Would you commit to another huge contract for Lamar Jackson.
What's the alternative, right? You have to.
I don't.
You got to.
No.
You gotta. I mean, if it was easy as like, all right, well, there's a guy over here that we have, but that, like, what's the alternative? They have to.
Let me tell you what the first thing they should do to help Lamar Jackson is change from a natural grass field to a turf.
Yep. Sure. That's easy.
Well,
that's easy.
I said the same thing about RG3.
That's easy.
Well, that's the first thing I would do.
Yeah. There's only a few teams left that do that too. Like,
but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think he's thinking too much. He's not the football player that just
I think
left me like this.
Well, I think that's he's going to have like 4 weeks where your draw's on the floor, and then 2 weeks where you're like, what are they doing with this guy? And then he'll come back and be good. But with that inconsistency in the playoffs, it's hard. Right?
I know it sucks.
But I just don't know. I don't know what the alternative. I love the kid. Yeah. I love the kid. I don't know what the alternative is. Right? Can you win with a guy like that? I think if the situations are really, really good, if not perfect, yes. But if you're Baltimore and you just let him walk, right? What are you getting, and what are you going after?
First of all, you got a shitload of money you can spend.
Okay, but then,
and we see how that's worked for the Patriots.
But it's got to solve the quarterback problem.
Sure, yeah.
Patriots did that.
Sure.
Who knows if they can?
We got a quarterback in the 6th round that wasn't so bad.
Sure, but that's a once in a million.
Oh, yeah.
1 in a million. I don't know. And is there a perfect team that Lamar could go to where they would just like, he would just shove it down the throat?
He just struggles with the short passes so bad. I just don't know how you can really, really, really succeed in the NFL if you can't make like the 12 to 15-yard throws like consistently. Yeah. And I feel like that's his biggest problem.
You get behind.
There's no touch.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no touch.
He can fire it, but
you know what? If I'm coaching him, know what I'm telling him? Fuck it. Fuck the book. Fuck the experts. Fuck everything. Lamar, run the fucking ball more.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Run it more.
Especially in the bigger moments, right? Like, if it's a regular week, maybe not, but like in the playoffs, like, dude, if you see it, go. Just get the hell out of it.
Just go.
I could see him though, like going to a team like the Saints and then just like totally just dominating the league indoors. I don't know.
That's a team that jumped out.
You cannot, and I don't even know if they've given him a contract or whatever. I don't know what his contract is, but you can't move on from him if you're Baltimore. You just can't.
I think they can, and I think that they will. It's going to be interesting too. Next up, how does Tom Brady get into another situation and come out with the win over and over and over and over and over again? Can any man be this lucky or this fortunate or this talented?
You know what's crazy though? Like where he's gone has turned into like, he was in Michigan and Detroit Red Wings were winning Stanley Cups, and then he comes here. We all know what happened here. Then he goes to Tampa, and the Lightning are winning Stanley Cups, and the Rays are in the thing. It follows him too, man. Right? Holy shit! It just follows him. It turns to gold.
It's a mentality, man.
Hey, is this career going to end on like a pick six in a Super Bowl? Where finally the odds have just caught up to him?
It did in New England.
That
was his last pass in the
Super Bowl. But I could see it being a pick six. I don't think it'll be in a Super Bowl. I think Tom Brady's last game is going to be on a team where he's like 7-9.
Tom Brady's father said this, and I thought, wow. I think this guy really gets his son, his father.
That guy needs to shut up too.
Oh, Tom Brady's father?
Yeah, he talks too much.
What was he saying?
I don't know. He just talks too much.
All right. Well, he said something pretty prophetic. He goes, listen, my kid is not going to go out like, with a rocking chair at Hatfield, and to a stand ovation. He's going to go out, having stayed a year too long in a hostile stadium, in a wild card playoff game, on a stretcher, full of blood, getting booed. He says that is just his makeup, and that is his way. And I see that in a competitor of Tom Brady. And let me tell you something. You know what the Vikings call that? Fucking Valhalla. Yeah. If you want to go out like that, my dude, you go out just like that. I'm cool with it. So, you see that. So, but how does he get in a position to win every time?
It's just those things can't be taught.
No.
Right? Those are the things you're just born with, and he's got it.
I would love to put like electronic heart monitor to see what type of
I bet you it doesn't move.
Really?
I bet you it's the same.
I mean,
No, he runs
24/7.
He runs fucking.
Yeah.
He runs hot, man.
Even in that, but he runs hot. Like when they're losing and he gets up, he can turn that off and on too. Like it's
Let's
crazy.
Fucking go.
Like,
He was saying,
yeah.
let's against the Bills.
But even
Fuck-
in the locker room in the Super Bowl against the Rams, the first one, he took a nap.
Yeah,
Like, and he's fucking
He didn't
20.
keep woken up, they said
He's
that
like
someone took a
23.
training
It's
snack.
like
You go, wait,
A lot of athletes do that. You know what? That's nerves. That's as crazy as that sounds. That's nerves.
That sounds. I don't know.
That's
I can't
the
wrap my
flip.
head around that. It's nuts.
It's crazy how like
Some athletes. I mean, Bill Russell threw up. You know that, right?
I've seen people do that. Yeah,
No,
but I didn't know he
Russell-
threw up.
Bill Russell threw up, and the team would get pissed, and he would tell them, "Fucking go." And they would all wait out of respect to hear that noise in that fucking thing, and then they'd be ready. They know they're ready to play.
Now, is that every game or is that like a big moment?
No,
thing, right?
they talk about the bigger games.
Yeah.
I don't know. And by the way, what do you think about the Sotheby's are selling his rings? Have you heard about Bill Russell's rings?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Well, I don't. And Shaq says he's going to buy them all. Right?
I would like Shaq's a class act.
Yeah. Shaq's going to buy them all.
See, there you go. There's a Laker that I should hate, but I don't hate.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
See, I can turn it off.
How
now.
does anybody hate that guy?
I don't
know.
see
Yeah.
Shaq as a
Lovable
he's a
dude of all time.
personality. But let me ask you a question: wouldn't the Celtics step in, like surprise him,
Now,
and
why-
give him the value of the rings?
So did
And
they
then give him the rings back?
did they get into why he's selling them? Like, is he hurting for money?
Listen, they all do it. Like I think he's getting big money. Like this is like a once in a lifetime. Like he's gonna.
I mean, he wants to take care of his family. We know he's not
listen,
like.
here's a guy those guys that make a lot of money.
I know that.
You know, maybe he wants to take care of his money, but it's just sad that you got to sell your rings.
Yeah, I mean, that's something. I mean, I would give that to my family, down to my kids and my
course,
kids, and
yeah.
then one of those inbred kids would take it and run and go do something else with it, like root for Manchester City. That's what I would do. That's what I would do.
Such a ricochet shot.
So that's what they have. All right, next up.
My buddy says they have monitors in the PGA,
PGA Tour?
They do.
What do you monitor?
Heart monitors, like we talked about, so you can find a
Yeah,
like
I
a
think
thing.
that'd be great.
Do they do that on the PGA Tour though? I didn't know that.
Science.
PGA Tour must be a crazy one, like a big pot going
Yeah.
into
Yeah, I guess.
17 or something like that.
Fucking greased up hands, sweating.
Hey, UFC would be a great.
Yeah.
Oh no, that one your heart better be fucking running for that one.
But you don't want it too much though, because even the best conditioned athlete, if they can't control their breathing and they let the anxiety, oh my god.
Yeah, or the game, like they don't stick to the game plan,
Yeah.
something like that. You just go out there, guns blazing. Yeah, I guess so.
49ers, Jimmy, won't go away.
Yeah, no,
Is this team, you bet on him to make some noise in the playoffs?
I do. I don't think they're going to be an easy out. I don't think they're contending for anything, but that's not a team you want to see in the playoffs. I don't think. I like the coach. I always like Shanahan's kid. I always like Kyle Shanahan. Yeah. I always like Kyle Shanahan as a coach. I don't know why. He's proven me wrong a lot of times, but I do think the 49ers are a good football team. They're like that next tier down. We're doing power rankings later. Maybe they sneak in at
Well, we're
8
doing
or
power
7.
rankings,
You
yeah.
know, like they're not really creeping up on that yet, but they may be number 8 for me, number 9, somewhere around there.
They're running that same system that got them to the Super Bowl. They're just hard-nosed defense, running the football. Jimmy G's just not making turnovers. just not turning
Very
the ball.
travels
Yeah.
well.
Debo's a beast. That guy's awesome.
Debo's a
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Wow.
Turn something into
He
nothing.
looks
Even
like-
that screen.
Yeah.
He looks like a fucking like an animated.
They handing the
fucking
ball to him.
robot when he gets
Yeah.
the ball. He's
Guy's
like a
incredible.
fucking-
Kittles looks like he's back
ferocious.
now.
Yep.
He looks healthy.
Jimmy G's playing well.
Yeah.
Rams with the huge win. Are they ready to reclaim this spot as the beast?
That first drive last night, Stafford is tap dancing back there. He throws it into the stands. I go on Facebook. I'm like, oh, Stafford, here we go. And then of course he comes back after that and plays a great game. So I gotta give it to him. He played good. He calmed himself down. It's nice to see from him. I don't know if he can do it over and over again, but it was a pretty hostile environment, right? Not the craziest environment, but pretty hostile environment.
A big game. Sure, a lot of people
Huge
watching,
game.
a lot of people watching.
All his teammates were down with COVID, right? They needed him to step up and have that game. And every time you count on him, he fucking runs away. So to see him do that, okay, was a good sign if you're a Rams fan, for sure.
Absolutely.
I was pulling for the Rams big time
Now,
last night.
can we just put up? Can we
your
just
wallet
put,
was pulling for
can
the
we
Rams
just-
big
Can we
time,
just
yeah.
put all these code words and all this shit like for white wide receivers in the National Football League? Let me tell you something now. Cooper Kupp, white, black, yellow, Brown, whatever the fuck is the best wide receiver in the National Football League.
Ooh, not best.
The best.
He's good.
The best.
This year.
We just talked about Debo. No, Debo.
Yeah, but those guys, but he brings it every single game, Jimmy.
Yeah, he does.
Every single game.
Oh, no, he's good.
A bat like he makes catch out, whether it's a big first down.
And he does the dirty work. He does the dirty work, too. And I've always said,
and
like...
his yards after catch are amongst the highest in the league.
And for me...
Both those guys are like the two highest in the league.
Like, for me, Edelman was never the best wide receiver, but on 4th and 2... There's not another wide receiver I said, I want this guy over Edelman. Never did I say that. So Cooper Kupp is that same kind of guy where it's 4th and 5, 4th and 4, something like that. There's probably not a wide receiver in football I take over him in that one.
Well, but I even just like what he's doing on the fantasy charts, are fucking through the roof in his scoring.
Yeah, I get to play him this week.
What's his number?
Hey, so I just said I thought they were 1 and 2. They're 1 and 3. Cooper Kupp is 1, and then Samuel's 3. Chris Godwin surprisingly number 2. He's had a big couple weeks left.
Yeah, just imagine if he could hang on to every ball they threw to him. Yeah, Devontae Adams is another one.
Devontae Adams is a special
Huge
talent.
week this week for Devontae Adams.
I'm not a big Godwin fan. I'm telling you right now, I'm not.
Yeah,
it is what it is,
the numbers don't lie, but again, he's going to drop a
The
ball.
numbers fucking lie.
He's going to drop a ball, yeah. I agree.
If there's one guy that I'm worried about dropping the ball, it's Mike Evans. That's the guy I'm way more concerned about a big drop.
It's both of them.
Moment. I don't know, man. I feel like he does drop occasional balls.
Dude,
I feel like they never get big.
What about the play the first week of the year against the Cowboys? He was going into the end zone. All you had to do was go down. Yeah. They kick a field goal, they win the game. Instead, he fumbles the ball, and then Cowboys get the ball back and almost win the game.
Do not have a great deal of faith in Mike Evans or Goodwin. With that being said, let's move on. Okay, we got some picks this week. Okay, we're gonna do this quick. Now, what do we? Do we have any skin in the game here?
Not yet. It's too early. It's too early for that.
All right, KC -3 over the Chargers at San Diego.
Chargers kind of have that number a little bit.
So
I'd be interested to see what that defense does this week. Chargers starting to play better. Having said that, I want San Diego to win, so that means Kansas City's going to win.
All right. Now, who are you picking?
Kansas City.
So give it 3.
I'm trying to mush them.
I as well. We'll pick it. Who do you like?
I'm going to take the points.
Nick with the Chargers.
Points at home.
Yeah, you want to read this out, Nick? Why don't you read it out for us?
Yeah.
Points at home. But that's not a home stadium, right? I don't know if the Kansas City Chiefs fans travel well, but we all know that in Los Angeles, that Chargers Stadium is not a home stadium for them ever.
Oh, my God, no.
All right, we got Patriots +2.5 at Indy.
Is that the next one on the list I had right there? Oh, no. So you're working off your thing?
Yeah, I did.
You're going to save that one for the end, bro.
No, it's all right. No, it's all right. I'm going to go with the Pats.
100% Patriots.
All right. I'm going to go with the Patriots as well.
So Patriots across the board.
Yep,
Go ahead.
that'd be a unanimous one.
Go ahead.
We got the Panthers getting 10.5 in Buffalo.
I'm going to go for...
Is Cam Newton starting, or are they going to P.J. Walker?
I'm going to go, without question, with the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I'm going Buffalo, too. I don't want to, but I'm going to.
Yeah.
10.5 points. A lot of points.
Is that P.J. Walker starting for them? Or if Cam Newton's starting, forget it.
Forget it.
They've
been using them both. Like, get the change.
Yeah, well, they need to just use one instead of both.
I guess I'll go with the Bills, too. We'll do unanimous again.
Okay.
I'm going to go Bills as well. Yeah. We have the Jets getting 8.5 at Miami.
Dolphins playing good football right now, man.
Dolphins.
Coming off a bye week.
Oh, yeah.
Dolphins.
We have we have a lot of unanimous picks so far. Yeah. Dolphins as well.
They got some COVID issues, too.
They do.
Dolphins, right?
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of teams are going to have COVID.
Oh, yeah.
Right now.
Please, just please get me through Saturday.
The Tennessee Titans are giving 1.5 in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned football.
The last ride around. I'm going Pittsburgh.
Wow.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I'm married to it.
Oh, I hate that.
I think I'm going Pittsburgh as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going Tennessee.
Ooh.
Yeah. I like Vrabel. I think
I
put
like
the edge.
Vrabel
I give
too.
the edge to Vrabel.
All right, we have the Texans getting 3.5 against the Jaguars.
Wow.
Jaguars.
Oh my
Jaguars
God.
are giving
The
3.5
Jaguars, the Texans.
points.
Oh boy.
And let's move
Skip.
on.
Skip.
Let's give
Urban,
A tie. Game ends in a tie.
Did you hear Steve Young talk about Urban Meyer? He said, I know Urban Meyer. I've interviewed him. I've talked to him. At time I consider him a friend. He is a bright, energy guy, real, like just talking very positively. He says, I don't know what's happened to that Urban Meyer because this other Urban Meyer is self-destructed and it's all self-inflicted wounds, like calling the assistant coaches losers, doing this, doing that. Like he can't get out of his own way.
Yeah, I think some guys are just made for college and some guys are made for pros. And having said that, Notre Dame's got a job opening available. We will gladly accept you over there.
Well, no, they filled the job, but it could be open if the dude doesn't play well.
Well, yeah, that was an interim kid, right, Freeman?
defensive
No,
coordinator, I think it was, right?
they named him. They named him as head coach.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. No, they named him as head coach.
I saw that thing in the locker room, but I didn't know that if they were going to.
No, they're going with him. So it's going to be interesting because that's the job he wants. Bet your ass on that. That's the one he wants.
Jimmy, Jaguars, Texans, 3.5.
Who's at home?
The Texans are at home.
Okay, Jaguars. I don't know.
We have the Atlanta Falcons getting
Does one
9.5.
person watch that game?
Getting 9. I'm sorry. Falcons getting 9. At
Love
San
the
Francisco.
Falcons. Love the Falcons.
Yeah,
And that's a lot of points.
too many points.
I think I'm
San Francisco on a teaser.
I think I'm going to give the points.
You give the
I'm going to give the
All right,
points.
good.
I'm taking San
Good,
Francisco.
there we go.
We have the Cincinnati Bengals getting 1.5 points at the Denver Broncos.
I'm not betting on the Bengals again. Every time I do, I lose. So give me the Broncos.
Broncos are at home. That's a
They
tough place to play.
Sure is. I think they're one of the best. I think they're like one of the best teams against the spread this year.
Yeah, they just don't. They don't beat themselves either. Yeah, I'm gonna go Broncos just because they're at home.
Unanimous Broncos. We have the Saints getting 10.5 at Tampa Bay.
Tampa.
Saints.
Really? Okay.
That's just team always hangs around against them.
I'm going Bucks as well. We have the Raiders getting 6.5 at the Browns.
Oh my God. The Raiders
Browns.
after that. Yeah, I mean, I would never bet the Browns in my life, but my God, the Raiders that team can't get out of their own way.
Unanimous it is. The Cardinals giving 13.5 at Detroit Lions.
Going Cardinals.
Where's the game at?
It's in Detroit.
It doesn't matter.
It's in Detroit. I'm going to go with the Lions.
Wow, all right.
It's a lot of points.
Taking the point.
Coming off a bad loss like that. I mean, like a loss that
They won. The Lions won their game. They're over that 0-loss thing. Now they can just put it on cruise control and lose every week.
I'm going to give 13.5 too. I'm going to go
I'll tell you, a lot of high spreads for teasers I'm liking right now.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the
That was
the
a big
point
thing for
total.
me
but
this
yeah.
week. I cleaned up on that,
Yeah.
actually. The Cowboys are giving 10.5 at New York Giants.
If Jones is Jones out? Like if
I believe he's out still, yeah.
I'm going with the Giants.
I'm going with the Giants too. The Cowboys just don't seem to.
We're going all Giants.
They don't seem to do it.
Unanimous. The Skins are getting 5, or the Washington football team are getting 5 against the Eagles in Philadelphia.
I'm gonna go Redskins. They probably lose that game by a field goal.
I think so too. I like that actually.
What I got?
Eagles are
I
giving
love,
5.
love the Eagles. Love the Eagles
Yeah.
all day long. Love going to mid-show. I think he said. I think he.
Is he there though?
Yeah, he's by Philly.
Hurts is out. Like they're saying he's the guy.
playing. Says he's not giving it up either.
Him and his dad just like kicking the crap out of each other with hugs after the game.
Yeah, that was a. I liked
was
it.
wild.
I liked it, but it was also very hardo-ish.
Yeah,
by
that
the
was
way.
the most aggressive hugging,
Yeah.
fist bumping
Yeah.
I've ever seen. That was nuts.
Yeah, that was a little hardo-ish for me, but I did like it.
The Seattle Seahawks are getting 5 at the Rams.
Seattle.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Seattle as well. Last time they played us when Wilson got hurt, right?
I think so. I'm gonna take the Rams. I'm gonna go Rams. The Packers are giving 4.5 at Baltimore.
Oof. Lamar playing?
Packers.
Good question. Was it ankle something? I didn't see if I was serious. It was.
Packers.
Yeah, I gotta go Packers just because Lamar's got an ankle injury. So if he can't run like he's used to, then he's useless. I got to go Packers.
All right. I'm definitely going with the Ravens because Destiny wants Tom Brady to have a bye week and the Packers need to lose.
Yeah, that was another huge thing for the Arizona losing that game
Exactly
last
why
night.
I love the Rams last night. It's,
So
God is a Tom Brady fan and he wants
the three-way tie right now, who has that?
The Green Bay Packers? Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
And the Cardinals are in third, right?
I think, actually, I have to look
Yeah,
at that.
the Cardinals dropped down to third, I
All
believe.
right. So then, yes, that's good stuff.
Okay, power rankings. Are we ready? Jimmy's got his already. Nick, you got yours?
I do.
Okay. Number 7. I have the Indianapolis Colts.
As do I.
Let's go unanimous.
And
Indianapolis.
7A, Indianapolis, 7B, San Francisco.
6. I got the Tennessee Titans at 6.
I love the Tennessee Titans when healthy. I just can't, I don't know. I can't put them back up there yet.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, I have the Dallas Cowboys there still.
I went with the Titans as well. I'm like, so far, 2 for 2.
Yeah. The Cowboys are out and the Bills are out of my top 7. Number 5, I have the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh,
got the Rams.
coming back.
I got the
All right.
Rams.
I'm not there yet. They hurt me too much.
I got the Rams.
I have Kansas City.
I went with the Arizona Cardinals.
I don't have the Cardinals.
Oh,
Another loss last
10
night.
and 3. Come on, 10 and 3.
Took 'em right out.
They don't have. I don't think they're built. I don't think they're built for the playoffs. I don't think that they're. I don't think that they.
I could see that though.
Yeah,
I was very hesitant about that in the beginning for that exact same
Yeah.
reason. But the wins without their guys kind of helped me move them up. And then as soon as I'm around, they lose.
Right? And they'll come back. And
Yep.
lose.
Yep.
I mean, I could have put them in there over Tennessee and Indy. I guess they probably deserve to be, but this being my power rankings, I think if they play Tennessee or they play Indy, I think and Tennessee's healthy, I think they get beat. So number 4, I got the Kansas City Chiefs at number 4.
Who do you have at 5? I had Kansas City at 5. Did you have?
I had Arizona at 5.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I went Cardinals.
I have the Chiefs at 4.
Chiefs at 4. I have Arizona at 4.
I went Chiefs at 4 as well. Me and Mike are very simpatico right now.
Okay, 3.
Sorry,
Yeah, the
he
Patriots.
agreed with me on the only thing that counts today.
I did about that. 3, I got the Pats.
I have the Green Bay Packers at number 3.
Really?
I have the Patriots.
Yeah, well, number 2, I got Green Bay.
I have Green Bay.
Look at this. What a match.
I have a Bay, but I have Tampa Bay.
You know what I'm saying? And last but not least, I got the Tampa Bay Bucks number 1.
New England Patriots, they were 9 number 1 last week. I'm riding this fucking train all the way
I know you
home.
are.
Choo, 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 baby.
It was always Tom Brady.
It was always about
It was
Tampa Bay.
always Tom Brady, number 1.
All right, well,
It was always both of them.
that's a wrap. What are we gonna? What anything else that we need to cover here? So the Sporting Manchester City, young brother, I would rethink that. I know how you feel.
It's not about thinking it. It's about heart. My
Oh,
heart.
no,
Yeah.
he cannot think about it. I gave him 5 minutes, and he replied very smugly. Smugly, yeah.
I might have sent a picture of me with my Manchester City flag. I didn't think it was that smug. Just,
Yeah,
you know,
I said
me
you
waving
got
my-
5
me
minutes.
waving my
Were
flag.
you taunt Sporting fans?
No, heavens
Oh,
no.
don't do that.
I like, actually, we already talked
Listen,
about the game a little bit.
Have you guys been to a game over there?
What, in Portugal?
Yeah.
Yes, I went to one, but it was a long, long time ago. And Sporting wasn't very good when I went out there.
No trip out there to go check that out?
Well, we gotta
I heard
go
there's-
soon, yeah.
Their stadiums are 2 or 3 miles away from one another.
What, Sporting and Benfica? Yeah, 2 miles. Yeah.
How's the party scene out there in Portugal? I heard it's popping.
I loved it when I was there. There's not a lot of party in the game, right? They don't serve booze out there because people are nuts.
That's
But
wise.
yeah, I mean, of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot better than here. What
What's the stadium?
do you mean?
What's the stadium hold?
40,000, and I think Benfica Stadium holds about the old Stade de Luja I was at held over 100,000 people.
Yeah.
I think this one holds 80 around there.
And Benfica fills it?
No.
It's BadCatz Sports Podcast. You know how we do it. We're out. Peace.